Hi, I'm Joss, and I'm bad at Minecraft. I'm that guy that dies a lot, fails really easy parkour, and gets scared of mobs sometimes. I'm pretty much your average guy, but at the end of this video, I overcame that. On a completely random seed, in one attempt, with no knowledge of the world at all, how fast can an average guy like me actually beat Minecraft? So, I started up a world and found out. After spawning in near a pillager outpost and village, I looted them for food, iron, and wood. After digging to find a cave and building a nether portal with lava and water buckets, I entered the nether at 17 minutes. I traded some gold and killed some endermen for ender pearls, and once I had enough, I was lucky to find a fortress and enter it at the 50-minute mark. I got all the blaze rods I needed, then left the nether and followed the eyes of ender till they led me to the stronghold. I entered the end, shot down all the crystals, and killed the ender dragon, going through the portal in 1 hour and 22 minutes. Now, back then, I was super happy with this time. Doing everything from a completely new, random world in under an hour and a half was, it was pretty good to me. Now, this is where the video should have ended, but one Minecraft player, one guy, changed everything. This is Versatile Wheat 9. Versatile is a very competitive person, and once he starts something, he sees it through. The problem with this is that Versatile is a lot better than me at Minecraft. So, naturally, when he found out I had beaten Minecraft in 1 hour and 22 minutes, he went ahead and beat my time, doing it in 1 hour and 19 minutes. Versatile was always better than me at everything, and I couldn't let him be faster at this too. So, I gave it another go, and after a couple tries, I did it again, beating Minecraft in 1 hour and 16 minutes. But I didn't just want to beat Versatile. I wanted to annihilate him. I wanted to get a time so fast, he would just give up and finally just let me have one win. So after nearly 100 more reset worlds, I did it in 56 minutes, beating Minecraft in under 1 hour on a completely random world. It was done, I'd finally beaten Verse, and there was no debate. Is what I would have said if a couple weeks later, Verse didn't switch to the fastest version of Minecraft, download a fancy built-in timer, and absolutely crushed everyone's expectations with a time of 40 minutes and 19 seconds, while I was in call with him.
Nice name to see.
I'm in the portal room.
Gaming you
What?
on our team.
Why am I stuck?
I beat it. Let's go.
Now, 40 minutes is not a lot of time, especially to beat all of Minecraft, so I had to get extremely lucky if I even wanted to come close. But guess what? Something I've learned from this journey is that insane luck can come to anyone, no matter how skilled you are. Entering the nether at just 10 minutes, my portal put me on top of a nether fortress. After getting my blaze rods, I traded just 20 gold and got 13 ender pearls. This was the fastest I had ever left the nether, and could easily beat Versatile if I played it right. But I was nervous, shaking as I made it to the stronghold at just 31 minutes, and entered the end at 35. Now, pause. The time to beat was 40 minutes. How was I going to kill the ender dragon in just 5 minutes? Well, if you've ever watched a high-level Minecraft playthrough, you'll know about one of the most famous strategies, the one cycle. When in the end, the dragon periodically perches at the center fountain, and high-level players have learned to take advantage of this and perfectly time exploding beds with the dragon's swinging pattern to kill it in seconds. I had just learned the strategy, and I was ready to use it. I had 6 beds, which was more than enough to pull it off. But, as the dragon perched at 37 minutes, the nerves got to me. I timed just a couple of the beds wrong, and I had run out. I had to think fast if I wanted to beat Versatile. I pulled out a TNT, hoping that would finish the dragon off. But it wasn't enough. Out of desperation, I hit the dragon with my axe, but it was too late. The dragon flew away with only a sliver of its health left. I was still able to punch out all the crystals and beat the dragon in 46 minutes, which was still somehow my fastest, but that didn't matter to me. This was the lowest point in the entire challenge. I was only a couple pixels away from beating Versatile, and I threw it all away. I knew I could never get another world like this. All the luck I had just didn't matter. But I didn't give up. This loss gave me the motivation I needed to also switch to the best version, and now I had a fancy timer. And I also learned a couple new strategies. The first thing I did was learning to kill the dragon with only 4 beds, so things like that didn't happen again. The second thing was I learned how to properly loot bastions. There's 4 different types, and each of them have different variations of where the gold is hidden. Bastions are actually pretty essential to beat the game quickly, since the piglins give you ender pearls for the end, obsidian to build a portal and leave, string for beds, and fire resistance potions. I also learned how to use this thing. It's called the pie chart, and whenever there's a light blue spike, it means there's a mob spawner nearby. And finally, I learned of a new way to enter the nether. At the bottom of the ocean, you can occasionally find magma ravines, which actually have lava under them. If you know the right blocks to place, you can use these to make a nether portal underwater, and it looks super cool. Using these new strategies, I was able to absolutely crush Versatile and get a time of 30 minutes and 47 seconds. Now, it was really over. I'm kidding. Versatile ended up beating my time by 4 seconds. 4 seconds. And I couldn't even stay mad for too long, because he ended up beating it again, this time in 27 minutes and 36 seconds. Now, this is where I got really close to giving up. Beating Minecraft in 27 minutes seemed like an impossible task. But remember what I said about luck? It can happen to anyone. And oh my, did I get lucky. After getting everything I needed from the bastion, I was able to quickly make it to the fortress, and ended up even getting a wither skull on my first try. After getting all my blaze rods, I left the nether and ended up seeing the stronghold exposed in the ocean. I entered the end and killed the dragon in 25 minutes and 32 seconds. I remember getting this time and thinking I could never beat it again. Not only was this run important, because it actually beat Versatile, it was also tied to the second with someone else's best time. This is Sinjin Plays, and he's one of the best Minecraft players I've ever met. He's not important for the story right now, but just keep him in mind, he becomes very important later. Back to me and Versatile. My best time is currently 25:32, while Versatile's is 27:36. But let me show you a little graph. This is a really cool graph that Versatile made of all of our fastest times compared over time. And we're currently here. Versatile didn't even let my lead stand by half a day. After beating his own time and getting a 26:41, he beat me with a 24:40. And after he beat me, he didn't stop. Versatile was streaming for 9, sometimes 10 hours a day, world after world, reset after reset. He got the 24:40, and then a 23:56, and he kept going, and one day, he pulled off a 20:57. He was now dangerously close to breaking the 20-minute barrier, and we were nearing the end of our limits. If I wanted to beat Versatile's 20-minute time, I had to first beat my 25:32. With a mix of determination, luck, new strategies, and pure skill, I actually managed to beat my time. By less than a 20th of a second. I'm leaving every single one of these times in the video to just show that this isn't scripted, because some of the most insane things happen later. But speaking of insane things and great luck, Versatile Wheat 9 never stopped his reign. After spawning inside the best nether we've ever seen to date, he saw both structures he needed almost overlapping. You can't always blame the luck though, because he played it extremely well and ended up getting a 17:04. This would end up being the longest standing time of the whole journey. Versatile did get lucky, but he used every strategy almost perfectly to do it, and he played the world really well. But if I even wanted to get close to beating Minecraft in under 20 minutes, I also had to learn a couple new strategies. One huge strategy I needed to learn was double travel. Remember how we get obsidian from bastions? Well, I used to wait to just get 10 obsidian to leave the nether, but waiting to get 20 obsidian and using a second portal can actually save minutes from your time. If you use your first portal to leave the nether, you can actually use a calculator that takes your precise angles of your ender eye throws and triangulates the exact coordinates of the stronghold. Using this, you can build a portal in the nether to get there faster and portal right into the stronghold. I later used double travel and the calculator to beat my time and get a 22:47. But I had my goal set, beating Verse and also getting a time under 20 minutes. Remember Sinjin? Well, I actually showed him a couple new strategies and mods and he ended up getting a 20:47. And this is the point where I realized there was no way I could compete with these guys. Fail after fail after fail. Oh, I have a lot of these clips. Point is, I wasn't as good as these guys and there was no way I could be the fastest. But my resetting did pay off, since on the 25th of September 2024, I got a really lucky roll, spawning me with all the resources I needed and letting me beat the game in 19 minutes and 53 seconds. I had done it. I beat Minecraft in under 20 minutes, and this was a good place to stop. But Sinjin had other ideas. As soon as Sinjin found out I beat his time, he called for an official race to sub 15. The first person to beat Minecraft in under 15 minutes would win. Now, we all thought this was impossible, but in a weird way, that didn't really matter. We had shattered expectations so many times before, and now was no different. Sinjin started live streaming on Twitch every night, and 1 week after starting, he got a 17:49. Now, not only did he get a 17:49, he kept going, and the same day, this guy gets a 15:23. Sinjin was already 23 seconds off the final goal, while I was 5 whole minutes behind. And to make things worse, Versatile did the exact same thing, getting a 16:11 and then back-to-back getting a 15:14. Now let's just compare these times for a second. The goal is 15 minutes. Sinjin is at 15:23. Versatile is at 15:14, and although I did manage to lower my time pretty significantly to 18:50, I was still miles off. But little did I know the luck I would get on the very next world I created. After using the pie chart to find a buried treasure without a map, I entered the nether in under 3 minutes and saw one of the most perfect things you could ever see. The nether fortress and bastion were overlapping right beside each other. Since they were so close, this could lead to extremely fast times if I didn't make any mistakes. But after trading every gold block in the bastion, I only had 11 ender pearls. If the stronghold didn't already have an eye filled in, I couldn't beat the game. So after getting all the blaze rods, all I could do was hope as I bridged to the stronghold. There was an eye. This was it. If the dragon perches right here, this would be it. But as the dragon perched, my hands shook, I got nervous, and I messed up. Dude, I'm still shaking. I don't even know what to say, like, that just should have been it. That actually just should have been it, and I threw it all away. I had lost my chance, and there was nothing I could do about it. A bit later, Sinjin was streaming Minecraft as he always did, when all of a sudden, he got near perfect blaze drops from the fortress, and left the nether under 8 minutes. He was in the stronghold at 10.5 minutes, and after seeing the portal room exposed in the ocean, he entered the end at 11.5 minutes. And his dragon perched.
We've done it! We have done it! Sub 14! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Sub 13 and a half. Oh my gosh.
Sinjin is a really great Minecraft player, and he absolutely deserved to get a time like this. And shortly after, Versatile also ended up beating the sub 15 challenge, killing the Ender Dragon in 14 minutes and 34 seconds, and then again in 14:23. At this point, I was fully convinced that it wasn't possible for me to beat Minecraft in under 15 minutes. Sinjin and Versatile were nice enough to help me out and teach me new strategies, and even though a few months later I did lower my time to 16:31, I made the realization that beating Minecraft in 15 minutes wasn't realistically ever gonna happen for me. It had been a whole year since the start of the challenge, and even though I had improved so much, this was a fitting place to end. But one run changed my whole perspective. I was resetting worlds with Sinjin and Verse when all of a sudden, I saw something interesting. A ruined portal generated inside of a village and had a looting sword in it. Looting is the most powerful enchantment in all of Minecraft, since it can multiply blaze rod drops and help you leave the nether fortress extremely quickly. But the problem was, I didn't have enough iron to make a pickaxe, which meant I couldn't mine the bastion gold and couldn't trade with the piglins. But after making a detour to check the chests, I managed to scrape up exactly enough iron to craft one.
I have
Oh.
like to the nugget enough iron to make this pickaxe.
Give him gold.
I don't need
Kill him,
this
Mike.
need it.
And after a couple of questionable pearl throws,
Especially if you get good with looting.
Oh, yes.
Watch this blind pearl. Watch this blind pearl hit. No! What? Time save, time save.
I entered the fortress.
Okay, I forgot. I'm just gonna have to go looting at the end.
Oh yeah, you just got two. Okay, 3 to 3. Yep, that's good.
And with my looting sword, I was able to make it to the stronghold only a couple minutes later.
It's probably down mid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Watch it like not be down mid at all, like not even close.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh my
Sinjin.
god.
I had entered the end at 14 minutes and 10 seconds. But it could take up to a couple of minutes for the dragon to perch, so a one cycle wasn't fast enough. There was only one thing that could save this world. One thing that could help me beat it in under 15 minutes. Let me tell you about the zero cycle. Zero cycling is without a doubt the hardest strategy to master in all of Minecraft. Instead of waiting for the dragon to perch to you, you actually need to build up to the dragon and time your beds with its head mid-air. It's super difficult, extremely mechanically challenging, and almost impossible to pull off if even one thing goes wrong. But I could do it.
Wait, am I stupid?
Oh my god. No, I swear you went 88. I don't know.
Oh,
I generally don't know why the dragon flew. Like, it was so low.
Because of an unlucky dragon flight pattern, I had missed out on the zero cycle and missed the best opportunity I ever had at a sub 15. But I wasn't upset. That fail proved it was possible, and I was as motivated as ever. And it worked. Only 2 days later, I was on my fastest pace ever. Using a buried treasure, I was able to get all the iron, gold, and food I needed to enter the nether in just 2 minutes, and when I spawned in the nether, I was already in the bastion. After grabbing and trading the gold, disaster struck. The nether fortress was 24 chunks away, and I didn't have nearly enough ender pearls to get there. Luckily, I used my knowledge of bastions to mine 2 backup gold blocks, which thankfully gave me everything I needed. After 5 ender pearl throws and a lot of running, I made it to the fortress. I exploded a bed to clear more space for the blaze, and after getting all my rods, I left the nether at just 10 minutes. But after measuring my eyes, The stronghold was almost 2,000 blocks away. All I could do was hope I could make it there in time. After a couple of long ender pearl throws and a risky bridge, I was in the stronghold at 12 minutes and in the end at 13. All I could do now is hope for the dragon to perch.
No way. I actually did it. I actually did it. Oh my gosh. I'm actually shaking. I'm shaking. I'm taking off my headphones. I'm shaking so hard. Oh my gosh. I actually just did it. Yes. It's over. It's done. It's actually done. Oh.
I actually did it. From an hour and 22 minutes, all the way to just 15. 78,000 Minecraft worlds were reset just to achieve this time. I have to be honest, I never expected that this would be possible for someone like me. Really pulling this off was just insane, and everything could finally end happily. I'm just kidding. You really thought this would have a happy ending? Versatile got a bit scared that I got a time close to him, and he got a 13:06, and then a 12:40, and then a 12:05, and then he achieved something actually unimaginable. Versatile Wheat 9 got an 11:38, beating the record for the fastest time in his entire country. Versatile's dedication is incredible. He has evolved so much as a player, and I couldn't be prouder of what he's done. And you know what's even crazier? He's still playing now, trying to beat that time. Versatile was pushing the limits, and at this point, let's be real, I'm just out of the question to beat him. I got my 1436 over 3 months ago, when I had 78,000 worlds. By June 2025, I had reset 300,000 worlds. And even though I'd gotten close a couple times, I never beat my best time. Right then, I had made the decisive choice that if I reached 500,000 resets, 500,000 Minecraft worlds, and didn't beat my 1436, I would quit and retire for good, no matter the outcome. Finally, this entire video culminates into world 477,781. Where I not only beat my 1436, but I did something I never could have expected. After entering the nether at 2 minutes, on my way to the bastion, I saw the nether fortress poking through the very edge of my screen. But after the piglins traded all of the gold, I was 1 obsidian short of 20. That meant I wasn't able to build a second portal, and this would have killed any chance at this world being fast. But when I needed my luck most, I exited the nether, and the stronghold was only 1 pearl throw away, just 146 blocks from my portal. I entered the stronghold at the 9-minute mark, my fastest by almost 4 minutes. I've never been more nervous in my whole life. My hands shook as I navigated the stronghold and found the end portal room. I entered the end at just 10 minutes, and then, just as I'd crafted my beds, the dragon perched. Time froze. Everything relied on this moment. I couldn't mess up this time. Not like before. I did it! I had lowered my time from 1436 to 11:29, cutting off over 3 minutes, and finally beating Versatile, after over a year of his dominance. This journey has been like nothing I've ever experienced before. Thank you, Versatile, for making all of this possible, starting this whole thing with me, and being one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Let's go.
And now it's your turn again to get your record back.